2020 is nearing to its end, with the messy launch of Cyberpunk 2077. It is not a bad game, it is quite fun actually, and the bugs are a bit funny at times. While Cyberpunk gets fixed, here's a list of free-to-play indie games, which might not be as hyped as Cyberpunk, but might help you have some fun during Christmas and New Year's Eve. First on the list is Eternal Return Black Survival. It is a survival MOBA battle royale set in Lumia Island. There are 17 plus different characters to choose from, each with different abilities, as you are dropped in with 17 other players. There is crafting, looting and MOBA-based battles to fight your way to the one standing. It is pretty fast-paced and really fun to play with friends. It's on early access and free on Steam. SpellForce 3 Versus Edition is a free-to-play RTS game similar to Age of Empires. It has 3 different factions, human, orcs and elves. It is not super in-depth as Age of Empire, but has very unique gameplay and beautiful visuals. You can play versus other players or AI, and is available free on Steam. Rhome is a first-person, dark, atmospheric exploration game, where players navigate an increasingly chaotic and psychologically unnerving environment, as the very fabric of reality unravels around you. You play as Rhome, a distinguished architect, who returns from a long day at work, to find her husband missing, and her home a hostile and unfamiliar place. Summerland is a first-person narrative game, developed by high school student Connor Rush. You take the role of an ill detective, named Matthew, as you relive the events of his recent past, all the while being questioned on your moral stances. With themes heavily revolving around ethical philosophy in the afterlife, Summerland is sure to be a unique gameplay experience. Children of Silentown. Prologue is a beautiful 2D dark adventure game that tells the story of Lucy, a young girl, growing up in a village deep into a forest inhabited by monsters. It is actually a demo for the actual game. It is about 20 minutes long. It has a very interesting story and a very pleasing visual, which will give a few minutes of amazing time. The Dawn is an anime-style action shooter game, with time manipulation powers. It has charming visuals and is very fast-paced, with fluid controls. The game is on the shorter side, like most of the games on the list, but hey, it's free and you should try it out. Apellago is a 2D platformer, featuring elegant and fluid movement, with swift combat. Play as a mysterious assassin-like wielder of spirit energy to strike down enemies, restore the Great Guardian statue, and return the land to the earth. The game has very beautiful visuals, and the platforming is quite fun. The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante is a narrative-driven RPG, set in a gritty world where a person's destiny is determined at birth, while the gods are real, and preside over the fates of men. It is in 2D and has a very unique art style. It also presents the players with choices, which affects the story. The story is very engaging, and first 2 chapters are free now. Reverie. Prologue is the first act of a puzzle adventure game, in which a child must solve the mystery behind the distortion of his house. Enjoy a variety of dreamlike environments, and discover the truth behind the secrets. The game has beautiful pixel graphics, and good sound design. It is very short in playtime, but will be a definite fun little journey. Dreamwatcher is a third-person, platforming and puzzle-solving game, created by 30 students of class of 2019 to 2020, of Campus ADN, in their finishing school project, under the lead of industry professionals. The game takes place in a fantasy library, where you need to travel around in unique ways, to fix things, by solving various puzzles. So, these are some of the new indie, free-to-play games on Steam, which you might have never knew came out. These are pretty short game, but are very unique in their way. While Cyberpunk is getting patched, you can try out these games. So, this might be the last video of the year. Take care of yourself, and others around. Also wish you a very happy Christmas and a happy New Year.
Some days I'm like, fuck spitting, nah, just kidding. I'm always crashing like my phone, cause it's bug ridden. I'm just living, wishing I could better me. Fuck tripping on the past, I'ma let it be. 1 minute, I'm singing in the rain shower. Next minute, I'm surrounded by my Mayflowers. It don't take hours, it's like a roller coaster. Up and down, bump around, then the show is over. Slow down, young fella, don't blow your motor. Put your nose to the roses like a motorboater. Get a good whiff, better sniff good. I'm sick of blowing through